Hey friends, welcome to this Friday morning yoga practice. We are now in Scorpio season. We are at the end of the year in the Celtic tradition, coming into Samhain, harvest time, transitioning into the darker part of the year. It's a really beautiful time of year. And it's also very transitory, meaning it can feel a little bit ungrounded, a little bit up in the air, a little bit not so sure. You might be experiencing restlessness lately, maybe a burst of energy, maybe exhaustion. There's a lot going on, right? We're still feeling these ripple effects from the eclipse so much. So today, I want to tap into that energy. I find that the best way to get through these types of intense energetic times is to really just soften into it, just allow yourself to be pulled into it so that you could fully be in the lessons and be in the unfolding. And there's also this important element where we really need to stay in our center, we need to stay grounded, we need to take things a little bit easier as things are so intense out here, right? All right, let's go ahead and get started, everyone. So sitting up nice and tall. Start to open the chest a little bit deeper and let that opening of the chest ripple out toward the shoulders so the collarbones get wide. Back of the neck is long, chin parallel to the floor. And we're just going to orient ourselves for just a moment. This is a really good tool if you're feeling a little bit triggered, overwhelmed, ungrounded. Really, really nice to come back to this place of safety. So just notice if you're indoors, notice the front wall in front of you. Notice the wall behind you. And if you're outside, just kind of notice where things might be in front of you and behind you. Feel the right shoulder blade moving over to the right wall. So just notice what's to the right of you. Left shoulder blade to the left wall. Notice what's on the left of you. And then find yourself in the center of it all. Noticing the space in between you and the wall, or you and the object, the plant. From this place, we're going to take 3 deep, nourishing breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale deep. Fill up the diaphragm widthwise, nice and wide. And then exhale, draw that breath down the body through the sit bones. Last deep breath, inhale, filling up the diaphragm. Exhale, drawing it down towards your seat. Beautiful. Place the hands maybe on the heart or hands in Anjali Mudra, setting our intention for practice. Today, I'd like to set a kind of wider intention for us all, which is really to learn how to let go into the flow of life. Letting go doesn't always have to be so hard and sad. It can be really a celebration, letting go of the things that are keeping you stuck so that you could flow into what you really want. But during that transition, it can feel very uncomfortable. So that's why we do these practices, to come back to center, to nourish and ground ourselves as we continue on our journey. So setting that intention, maybe that flavor, or just your own if you're really carrying something really personal to you. And let's begin. Beautiful. We're just going to start nice and easy. This is going to be a little bit of a different flow today, a little bit more watery, slow, but fluid. So just play along and see how it feels. We're just going to lean to the left and the right, stretching one arm and the other. You can move fast or slow. Just find a rhythm here. And then start to match your breath with your movement. So an exhale, an inhale. And then we're going to lean to one side Reach up and over. Keep your sit bones down and then press into that bottom hand. Start to lift your chest. Softening here. Beautiful. Lifting up. We're going to go ahead and cross, coming into a seated twist. Press your sit bones down as you lift your chest. Shoulders wide and down as you gently move the chin toward the back shoulder. Keeping the shoulders down, you'll feel a deep stretch here. I'm going to hold some of our poses a little bit longer. It'll be kind of fluid and longer holds. This is really nice when we really want to go deeper. We want to explore a little bit further. Notice the sensation around the sacrum, the low back, all the way around. Feels so nice. I never stayed this long. A couple more breaths. Awesome. Center. Wiggle it out. We're going to come into a straddle pose before we go to the next side. So just make this one nice and mellow. We're just getting started. I'm going to flex my feet. If you have a prop, you can place a block there. I have my blocks over on the side of the room. Maybe I'll grab them later. We'll just be here for a few breaths. And by the way, we will move a little bit more. We're going to be standing, doing some movement, but just wanted to start really low and slow toward the ground to really feel our nervous system start to down-regulate the mind, helping us get out of what we need to do today and just focusing on what we're doing right now. The spot where we can slow down time just a little bit to just be in it fully. All right, I could stay there forever. We'll come back, slowly come on up. We're going to do that whole thing on the other side. So lifting that arm up and over, open here. So as I kind of naturally lean to the side, I'm pressing into the heel of my hand on the floor and kind of letting my chest open. Huge difference here. And then go ahead and twist, seated twist. Press the knees down, heart up. Open, open, open. Just like the other side, we're going to be here for a little while. So get comfortable. Of course, obviously listen to your body. If there's pain, if your body's just like, no, get out of it. right? We don't need to force or torture ourselves. So as much as we want to push our body to do certain poses and to be at a certain level, we also have to meet it where it's at and respect and accept where it's at. And that can be a really hard thing for a lot of us, no matter what you're going through. But yoga is that sweet spot of gently challenging the body while also nurturing and listening to what's going on. Really fill up the breath here. About 3 more rounds. And slowly come forward, much shorter this time. Straddle pose. Just a few breaths here. And then we'll start to move a bit more. Lengthen the crown of the head forward as you feel that telescoping forward of the torso and the head. Roll up. Let's come to hands and knees. Let's begin a little bit of authentic movement. So I'm stirring the pot with my hips. Maybe you're doing a cat-cow. Maybe you're doing something else. Maybe you're in child's pose. Really feel into your own rhythm of what your body wants to do. And if you're not sure, just try some stuff out. See what you like. See what feels good right now. All right, from here, I'm going to move my knees back just a couple inches. Fingers are wide. Moving the pelvis forward, we're going to do this reverse cobra. So we're going to start to slither our way down, pressing the tops of the thighs, the pelvis, low belly, and then chest all the way down. Go ahead and lengthen your legs just a little bit. We're going to come into a lift here, Shalambhasana. So the legs are reaching back. I'm really reaching through the balls of the feet and the toes. Breathing into the back. Awesome. And then come on back. Downward facing dog. Take your time in this one. That first down dog can feel so juicy. So go ahead and I'm going to remove my beautiful rug here. Go ahead and start to pedal the feet, the legs. I had to move inside because it's pretty cold out. We're getting into that season, and so I'm going to do my best to film at some cool spots. I'm going to the beach in a few days. So I'll film there at the cabin. All right, eventually you're going to bring the knees down, sit on your heels. You can also sit on a block or on your sit bones. We're just going to be here for a very short period of time. Inhale, open the arms, palms reach forward. Exhale, draw the palms together, draw the chin toward the chest. Inhale, stand up on the knees. A little mini back bend here. And then come back. Deep breath in and out. Let it flow down the spine. We're going to do that again one more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Stand up on the knees. Mini back bend here as you cactus the arms. And then we're going to step the right foot forward, coming into a low lunge. Anjaneyasana. Some of you will just stay down, maybe hands on the ground or on the blocks. I'm going to really press my right heel into the floor. Some of you maybe sweep the arms up here. And then let's come into a twist, runner's twist. So you can leave the back knee down or lift the knee. And then lift that right arm up, inhale. On the exhale, I'm gonna bring the hand back toward the foot. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, draw it down. And then I'm gonna rotate, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. The knees are soft. You can stay still and just drop all the way down. You can also bend one knee and the other. So we'll be here for a few breaths. So yoga is so many things, right, as we know, but it also gives us structure. What I mean by that is life is so swirly as it is. Our days can be really swirly, can feel kind of scattered, overwhelming, and yoga is kind of this organizing force that comes in and aligns our energy, our body, so we feel more in our body. We feel more grounded. So important. Can't even tell you. Slowly start to roll up. Just for a moment here, we're going to bring the toes out, heels in, goddess squat. And then you can just do a few pulses here if you'd like, or stay still. Maybe you can bring the arms out wide, really focusing on the yin line of the legs, which is that internal seam in the leg. We all need more yin. Drop the shoulders here. Hands to heart. I'm going to step to the back of the mat. Just a little quick vinyasa flow here. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Move through your plank, tabletop, and then lower either all the way down or halfway down. Inhale, cobra. And back to down dog. Take a few deep breaths here, just settling back in. Equal weight in the hands and the feet. All right, hands and knees. We're going to step that left foot forward now. And then either staying still or coming all the way up. Anjaneyasana. Sometimes we need to really slow down and do the yoga. Sometimes we need to get the aggression out, go for a run. There's no right or wrong. Maybe we need both. So yoga isn't always about the asana, which is what we're practicing here, the poses, just a part of it. However, I find that the body, targeting the body first instead of the mind, is much more effective to get that goal, whether it be peace or serenity, calm, I don't know, whatever, joy, whatever that comes for you. All right, let's come into a twist here. Low runner's lunge. Picking up that left hand, a few breaths. Okay. And I'm going to come back all the way to that wide-legged fold here. Just a couple breaths. All right, from here, I'm gonna come into triangle pose. So I'm gonna move my right foot forward. The left foot is kind of in. So it's very similar to warrior 2 feet. The hips are all the way back. I love blocks here, but you can also use your shin or your foot. Even if you're super flexible, it's kind of nice to not always go at 100% all the time. Want to ease into it. And then maybe gazing up toward the hand, a couple more breaths. All right, and we're just gonna come right over to the other side. Don't you love when yoga teachers are like, 2 more breaths, and then it's 10, and you're like, what the? Just feels so good sometimes. All right. Beautiful, we're gonna reach up other sides. That left foot forward, open, open, open. The front knee does not need to be completely straight, by the way. You can always adjust the block, get rid of it, add it. That's what it's there for. Okay, let's make our way down toward the floor. Let's come into a seated position, Sukhasana. We're just gonna do a few spinal rolls. So what that means is we're just moving the torso. It can feel really nice to kind of make a big wide circle here, getting into your low back, the sides, belly, and then we'll switch to the other side. All right, let's just stretch the legs long forward. I'll move so you can kind of see. So Paschimottanasana. We're gonna start at 90 degrees, so really pressing the sit bones down, reaching up. A couple breaths here. We don't often pause here, but it feels really nice, I think. Feeling that length. Exhale, fold forward. Feel free to grab any props. You can also take a bolster or rolled up blanket, put it under the knees, which is what I should be doing for the back. And we'll just be here a few breaths to start to soften the head down. Release your jaw and your gaze softens. And slowly come back up. Just notice the effects of that pose. It's so powerful. We're just gonna sit in stillness for a few moments here before we come to the back. All you need to do is just notice the waves of your breath, maybe deepen and widen your breath. Let's come to the back. Closing our practice. Let's hug the left knee into your chest. Just for a second here, you could straighten the leg, kind of stretch that leg, and then we'll come into a supine twist. So bringing that left knee over to the right, left arm out to the left. You can use a block under the knee for support. Just a couple breaths here. Let's reach the arms overhead, stretch the heels, other side, right knee comes in, stretch. You can even rotate that ankle here. And then twist. Right knee to the left, right arm to the right. Happy baby pose. So we're gonna hug the knees in, and then you're just gonna bring the heels out to the sides. You could grab inside the knee or the feet. Keep everything wide here. And if you want, you can bend and straighten the legs a little bit. These last few moments before we rest, let's do a really audible, long exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen. Bring the feet down, constructive rest, pressing the sacrum, the low back into the floor, so there's no gap here. We're gonna do that breath, but we're gonna count this time. So inhale for 3. Exhale for 5. Empty all the breath out. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 3, 2, 1. Release. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shavasana. Relax here. We won't be here too long, but just see if you can soften crown of head all the way down, the arms, torso, right leg and left leg, just releasing the bones down. One more deep breath here. Exhale. And let yourself float. Start to wake up the body, stretch, wiggle the fingers and the toes. Roll to your side, slowly coming up to a seat. I could have stayed there all day. And just notice how you feel now compared to the beginning of practice. Make any mental notes, but mostly just enjoy this energy that you've created just from moving and breathing your own body. These are ancient tools that we can use to feel more like ourselves, to feel more in alignment with our body and who we are, knowing that everything is safe and everything is okay. Hands to heart center. Let's take a big deep breath in to close. Exhale, sigh it out. Thank you for practicing with me, everybody. I hope you feel better. I know I'm ready to start my day. I feel more grounded so I can work. This is really good for those of us with different brains and we need a little bit more time to be in our bodies. All right, I will have a new video for you soon. Happy Scorpio season. Thank you for joining.